Hello Stampers, my name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Denver, Colorado. And today I have my paper pumpkin alternatives for you. This month we had a paper pumpkin called Box of Sunshine that was designed by Sarah Douglas, or she was involved in the design of this paper pumpkin. And it's so much fun. I have my alternatives for you and I got carried away. I have 10 alternatives for you, and I have to tell you that I still have quite a bit of material left over. So let's just get started. Okay, here is my paper pumpkin box, and it says Box of Sunshine. And apparently there is a practice associated with the notion of a box of sunshine that you create a box full of, well, a card and other things to brighten somebody's day. And so this kit has the material in it to make, well, let's just see here on the what's inside here. This was the flyer that came with it. Sarah inspired paper pumpkin kit, and then you decorate and fill the box with treats and send it to somebody. And then they're also touting that they have mini paper pumpkin boxes available. So one could do this and then get some of these boxes and send them around to people. I think that's kind of fun. So in the kit, we have a black ink spot, and we have our dimensionals and glue dots. These very pretty adhesive-backed sequins that are iridescent and have sort of orange and bright yellow tones to them. Very, very pretty. And then here are the instructions and some of the materials, which I'll take out to just share with you. This kit is meant to make 8 cards, and it has 8 envelopes, and these are full-sized cards. And here you can see where they have decorated the box on this one. Coordinating colors for this are basic black, crushed curry, gold, poppy parade, shaded spruce, and whisper white. Now, I also found that pumpkin pie and mango melody went really well with this. What I have used in addition to the card, the material that's provided in the kit, is I did use some white card bases and a little bit of poppy parade and a little bit of pumpkin pie and a little bit of crushed curry. And I used those inks as well. All right, so this is what comes in the kit. These are the die cut pieces, and there must be, I don't know, maybe 4 of these die cut sheets, plus 1 set of stickers where you get the same images that are a bit smaller with a big gold surround. And you can see I still have plenty of material left after making 10 cards. So I think you can stretch this material and get quite a bit more out of it. This is the stamp set. And let's see, maybe if we put this on here, we can see it. There we go. It says Sunshine. It has this pattern that almost looks like bricks. It says, you are loved, hello, sending, smile. And then this one says, a little something to brighten your day. And I used every single stamp in here in making the cards that I have. There are 3 card bases, 4 card bases. So this was one with the stripes, and this could easily be cut once this way or in half this way to boost the amount of cards that you can get out of this kit. And on this one, I did a little something different. On this one, I did cut this one in half. Isn't that pretty? This one, I cut it right down the middle, and I used the sun and the spray here a couple of different ways. And then this is the fourth base. And you can see I still have all 4 bases here. So I made all 10 cards using just half of the card bases. And what I did find, this white here is slightly different than our Whisper White cardstock. Let me bring a little piece of that out so you can see. And you can see it's grayer. And so when I layered something on top of here using the labels or material, when I cut this piece off, I turned this into the layer on the front of the card and then sliced. I think I used one of these to make 3 or 4 cards. And this one, I know I have the material there for a couple cards. So I think you can stretch this one quite a ways. Okay, so that is that material. Then we have these delightful black and white polka dot, and they're stickers, and it's quite heavy material. And there is 2 pages of those stickers, and I cut mine in half because I used them a little differently. But I used, on one side of this, there's 2 very large stickers, the size of this one here and here. And on this side, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these strips of stickers. And I used a few of those, lots of them left. And they supply wonderful accent. Then there was a page of these labels, and you can see I used a couple of these labels and then a long label. And then these are the envelopes. So you get 8 envelopes, and you know me, give me a pattern. The insides are white, so there was nothing to take from here. But what I did find is that I used the front of the envelope to decorate several of my cards. I'll show you here exactly what I did to do that. So I'm going to move this stuff aside, and I'm going to bring out my cards. And like I said, I did get carried away. I made 10 alternatives, and you see how much material I still have left. I think you could make, I don't know, maybe at least 20. So this is one of the ones that I made. I made 2 of them that were similar. Now, this one is the back half. I used the front half of this envelope a couple of times to make cards, and I was left with this piece here. Well, I just turned this around this way and trimmed the edge and placed that on my card. These little lemons, I've laid one flat and raised one with some greenery, and it says Sending Sunshine, and there's a piece of one of those card bases. And I put this on a piece of pumpkin pie because I thought it picked up the orange in the paper here. And on the inside, I used one of the sun laser cut pieces, cut it in half, and used that on the inside. So that is card number 1. And then this one, you'll see this one, I had the envelope piece coming out over the top of this paper. And on this one, I tucked it inside. Then I used one of those black polka dot strips along here just for some contrast. And I used a crushed curry layer, a white layer, my envelope layer, another piece of this paper, and the sticker that was supposed to go on the outside of the box of the pineapple. And this one is just a note card, but I put a little lemon inside and continued the crushed curry look. I think that one is a darling one because I can always add a happy birthday piece to this later. I like making things note card, that way I can make them whatever I want later. Okay, this one I used well, let me show you this one first. This piece here is a sticker, the whole front. And so I put it on a card front, and you can see I trimmed down let me grab some of those bases so I can show you what it is I did. I trimmed down this. First of all, I cut it in half, and then I used a punch and I cut the sun out. Then I used the laser cut sun in its place and a piece of pumpkin pie here, and it says sending sunshine. And this one was done in pumpkin pie, and this was done, I think, in crushed curry. And then on the inside, I took that sun that I cut out of here and just pushed it up against here with the other half of the circle here, and created this just so that it would bring the outside to the inside. And so that is card number 2. Now then, around this was this little gold trim, and of course it's sticky backed because it was a sticker. And so I fussy cut that frame out and put it on a piece of Poppy Parade that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then used one of the labels, a little something to brighten your day, and some of the sequins that were provided. And then on the inside, outside the edge of this, there's also this pattern. So I fussy cut that out and put it around this piece of Poppy Parade. And that is card number 4. This is the other half of this sun turned the other way, and this is where I used one of those envelopes, and I just trimmed it down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and put it on the front of my card base, and then used this piece, and I didn't raise it on dimensionals, although looking back at it in retrospect, I probably should have. And then I used Memento Black, Hello Sunshine, and I thought the gold on this complemented it pretty well, and then used a few of the sequins here down the side. And on the inside, I stamped the sun and put You Are Loved, and then a couple more strips of this paper where I cut it in half and used half for, well, I used several pieces to do different things, but I had a couple of little strips there, and I put that on the inside to match the paper on the sun. So that one is card number 5. This envelope paper really worked out well. Now this one is completely different. I used one of those big polka dot stickers on a layer that's 4 by 5 1/4, and I measured on the front of, let's see, this card, how far up this sticker would go, put a little tick mark, and then cut that piece, first of all, off, and then cut that at an angle from there to the corner so that my polka dots could be sticking out underneath that paper, and I think that came out just really pretty. I love the contrast and the combination. And I used half of that little label and put Hello with a sequin on it, and on the inside I used the other piece of paper that I cut off, Hello Sunshine. And so that one is card number 6. This one I used an aqua painter. What do they call them these days? The new ones. The new ones are called water painters. And I used this one that's got this nice big brush on it. And I put down some pumpkin pie ink on the back and just did a color wash on the back of the front of that card base. And then I used part of this card front. And so you can see I cut that one in half, and then I used most of it to make a banner, and then I used pumpkin pie, or is that, that might be Mango Melody there, I think it might be. And then you'll see I've got this little sliver, and on one of the envelopes that I cut, I trimmed off real close to the edge, so I had this edge of this little gold, and I just stuck that on the end there. And then I did 2 circles with the yellow and the pumpkin pie, put smile on it, and a little something to brighten your day. And then I used a lot of those suns down the side here on the inside of the card. And that one is card number 7. Then this is one where I used the front half of the envelope and another strip of that paper from the card front. And then in the stamp set, there's that brick pattern, this, and I used it in Mango Melody, and I stamped off, and then just put the pattern to give a little texture around the outside. Use the front half of the envelope, sending a little something to brighten your day, and then the sun, which matched the paper here. Now on the inside, I used that another little strip where I cut off the front end of a piece of the envelope here to match the inside. And you get 8 envelopes, so you can actually stretch it quite a bit by using those envelope pieces. And so there is card number 8. Then I have another one here where I used another piece of one of those card fronts here and more of the striping. This was actually maybe a piece of this where I cut this down to fit 4 by 5 1/4, so I used that piece across here. Then the lemons, a couple of the things, a little something to brighten your day. I backed that in a layer of Poppy Parade, and then did the same thing on the inside, and then did full strength Poppy Parade on the inside of the card just along the bottom, just to pick up some of the Poppy Parade. So that is card number 9. And then this one is card 10. And I used 2 of those polka dotted strips on a back side of one of these card bases that I cut apart. And I put a sunshine up here and the little sticker lemon and a large lemon. And this one is a note card. In fact, I don't even have the inside of this one done. What I was planning to do is similar to the other one where I used the sun stamp to go kind of all down one side and put a pumpkin pie piece on the inside with a little bit of white and maybe one of these polka dot strips. So that one is card number 10. So those are the ones that I made using this paper pumpkin kit, and like I said, I have a ton of material left over, so I could sit here this afternoon and make up a whole bunch more cards using some of that material that I have left over, replicate a few of these, and like I said, I have this one I got 2 cards out of. This one I got 2 or 3 cards using this material. This one I might do differently. I might cut that in half and do that with some of this other material poking out underneath it, and that way I'd get 2 more cards out of that. And this one you can see I used and used and used, so I think I got, I don't know, 2 or 3 cards out of this piece along with some inside decorations. So this is one that I think stretches forever, and I had just a ball with it. I love the bright colors. I would ordinarily not work in these colors because they're not my faves, but you know, I had so much fun with this, and I'm tickled with all of them. I think they came out really pretty. If I have a favorite, it might be this one. And like I said, I could always add a happy birthday to that, or congratulations, or add the sunshine stamp. And so that is my project for the day. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I do so appreciate it. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator, or you could join my team. Right now, there is a special going on in Stampin' Up! They're calling it a bundle bash. So in addition to the $125 worth of material for $99 that you get anyway when you sign up for Stampin' Up!, you also get to pick the bundle of your choice out of the new catalog. That's a pretty good deal. Some of those bundles run $50, $52, so about $177 for $99. It's a pretty good deal, and you get to pick everything that you choose. They don't direct you to pick anything. And a lot of people do it just for the discounts. If you want to chat about it, my telephone number is always listed below the video. And let's see, this is still June, so my prize for the month of June is a bundle of your choice out of the current catalog. And all you have to do to get yourself into my drawing is put an order of any size on my website, lbedinger.stampinup.net, and you can get to it through my blog, www.ingenuity.com. Again, thanks for stopping by, and that's it for me today. I'll be back soon with more cards, more projects, and more tips. Bye!